Okay, I've been like trying to get the microphone to work, and I think I finally got it. Okay. Hello, welcome. This is my third time filming this. Oh my God, I got a cat hair on my face. My living room is very echoey. It's awful. So I had a microphone attached to my camera that I've used forever, and I listened back to my first two videos. Well, the first video I just didn't like. Listened back to my second video, and it was so echoey that I couldn't deal with it. So I ordered a new microphone, and it was cheap, and I feel like it'll work better than the microphone that I have. So we're just gonna go with it. Anyways, hi, welcome. My name's Kayla. We're gonna talk about books. I initially wanted to do the YouTube newbie tag, which we're gonna do that, but I wanted to add a few more questions because I feel like it wasn't enough. I wanted to share more. So this is just like an introduction, get to know me, and the type of books and things that I like. So the first question, I have my laptop here, that's why I'm gonna like look over on this side. Why did you start this channel? I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to be a part of the community and contribute in any way that I can. So here I am, and I just want to talk about books. I just want to share about books. I want other people to share with me about the books that they like. I like, you know, watching other people's videos. So I just wanted to be a part of the community in any way that I can, and here I am. What are some fun and unique things that you can bring to Booktube? I have a giant list on my computer of all of these different ideas and things that I want to do, videos that I want to film. I guess you're just gonna have to stay tuned because I don't want to give it away yet about my plan that I have in the future, but I do want to do normal, you know, content like monthly wrap-ups and my TBR lists and things that I'm currently reading, vlogs, a little mixture of everything, book hauls, stuff like that. I want to do like weekly vlogs and maybe some 24-hour readathons, things like that, normal things, but with my own twist on it. So that will be videos that you'll see in the future, which I do have a plan. I just don't want to share it quite yet. What are you the most excited for this new channel? I am most excited for, like I said before, the community aspect, finding new genres, finding new authors that I've never heard of before, getting out of my comfort zone and reading things that I wouldn't normally read and sharing that experience with you guys, I think is what I'm most excited about. Why do you love reading? I didn't used to. When I was younger, I loathed reading. It was like, you know, reading in school and being forced to read these books that you didn't necessarily want to read. And I just thought that reading was such a chore. Yeah, I feel like in my adult life, when I read my first book that I actually could read from cover to cover, that I couldn't put down, and at the end of it, and I closed the book, and I was just like, wow, this is what reading is supposed to be like enjoyable and putting you in this other world that kind of lets you escape from reality for a little while. I didn't realize that's how books could be, and I feel like at a younger age, realizing that it's not just like, you know, textbook books that are super boring that schools make you read. So I think it's an escapism. It's a good stress reliever, especially now in my adult life. I suffer from high anxiety and nervousness, and I feel like at the end of a stressful day, sitting down and reading a book is just like the best escape ever. And it helps me sleep better, it puts me in a better mood, all of that. So reading daily is just something that I like to do, but also I feel like it's important for my mental health and my well-being. What book series got you into reading? So I don't know if this dates me. I just turned 30 this year, and the series that got me into reading was 1000% Twilight. Brief little story. In the 8th grade, we had a book fair. My homeroom was in the library, which was so cool. It was the best ever. But I got to help with setting up the book fair and like seeing the whole thing come together, and my mom gave me money to spend on a couple of books that I wanted, and I kept picking up Twilight because I loved the cover and I read the back and I thought like, okay, this is a book that I could probably get down with and really enjoy. And I ended up buying it because I went through all of the books and I kept going back to that one. So I ended up buying the book, and I read the first 3 or 4 chapters, and I put it down and put it back on my shelf, and it just collected dust. And my stepsister came over one weekend, and she was like, oh my God, there's this book. It's amazing. I can't put it down. It's called Twilight. You have to read it. And I was like, oh my God, I have this book. And she was like, okay, you need to finish this book, and then when you're done with it, we need to chat about it. And I was like, okay. And I just remember like getting halfway through the book and texting her and asking her a bunch of questions, and I had never felt so excited about a book in my life. And then I just continued with the series. I got my mom into the series. She took me to the midnight release of Breaking Dawn. It was just like one of those book series that just, I realized then like how awesome reading could be and how excited it made me feel. That's definitely what set off my love for reading. I listened to all the audiobooks, everything. I loved it. I loved that series. I still do. I probably should read it again just to see if I feel the same, because I haven't read it since, I probably haven't read that series in 10 years. So I feel like I should like give it another go just to see if I actually feel the same about it. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? So I don't really have questions for booktubers, but I will share the booktubers that I watch on the regular, because I do watch quite a few, which I'm sure everyone does. But some of my favorites, let's see, Destiny Sidwell, Sarah Caroli, is it Caroli? Alexa Ray, I love her, she's so cute. Carrie Can Read, cracks me up. I love her videos. I think she is so honest and real, and just her sense of humor. I love everything about her videos. I watch her videos a lot. Haley Pham, of course. Her editing is like top notch, amazing quality. I feel like she doesn't post as much as some other booktubers, but her quality of her videos are there. It's like what I would strive to be. The Book Leo, I love her too. She's got very strong opinions and I respect it. Peace Love Books, she's so cute. I love her. I love watching her videos. Larry Reads, that's just like a few. Nikki's Book Nook I really love too. She was like one of the first booktubers that I actually like really got into and like binged their channel, was Nikki's Book Nook. So that's just like a few, just to name some. But I don't really have any questions for them. I admire them from afar. Yeah, I don't know. I just really enjoy watching all of their videos. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Definitely a schedule. I work full-time. I'm married with 2 kids. So it's going to be hard for me to be able to film and vlog, but also it's going to be hard for me because I work full-time to get a good rhythm and a schedule going. I think right now, if I can do at least 1 to 2 videos a week, I'll be happy, and then just see where it goes from there. But yeah, just time management I think is going to be my biggest challenge. When did I start reading? Like I said, that first series that I really liked was Twilight, so probably 15, 16, around there, that I actually like started reading books that I enjoyed. And then I just kind of like fell out of it for many years. And I would like read a book every once in a while, like maybe 2 a year. And that was like a big accomplishment for me to read 2 full books a year, because I just didn't read. And then not this past December, but the December before, I asked for a Kindle for Christmas. My wonderful mother-in-law got me a Kindle, and I downloaded some books and I read a few, and then I put my Kindle down and did not pick it back up. And then this December I had a bunch of things happen. My car was broken. I had to borrow someone's car for a few months. My phone was broken for a full 3 weeks. I didn't have a phone. I had to use my daughter's phone. It was awful. So I didn't like have normal apps and things. And I just decided to pick up some books and just start reading. And this past December, I read something like 9 books, and I just dove in headfirst and never looked back. So that's like kind of an update on how my reading journey went. Where do you read? So mostly either in this chair, which I move it over so that I can film in front of my bookshelf here, but I kind of scooch it over a little bit this way. I have a big sectional couch behind the camera here, and there's a corner little section of the couch that's like right next to a bay window, so I like to read over there. And then when there's a lot of commotion in the house and the kids are playing video games or watching a movie or whatever, and my husband's in the other room, I usually read upstairs in my bedroom. So those are like the three main places that I read. What kind of books do you read? Okay, mainly I love romance, of course. As of recently, I've been trying to dabble into some genres that I wouldn't normally read. I've been super into fantasy romance or fantasy in general. I've been really into thrillers recently, which I did not expect me to enjoy, but I've been really enjoying them. I've actually been enjoying a few YA books recently that I never thought that I was gonna get into YA, so those type of books I'm super into. What does your book collection look like? This is basically it. This is my main bookshelf. I have another room, like another living room on the other side, and that has like a tall book tower where I have a bunch of my other paperbacks. And so between those two, this is pretty much it. I don't have any like overflow of books anywhere. I'm gonna have to get another bookshelf eventually. I saw one on Amazon that like is a tall tower, but it spins. So I definitely wanna get one of those because it looks like it holds a lot of books. So I feel like I'm gonna have to upgrade eventually, but the bulk of it is here. And this is kind of like half my husband's books, half my books. So we just have like a big mixture, and I've just like organized it by how I think it looks good on the shelf. Yeah, this is basically it, what you're looking at. And then whatever I have on my Kindle, because I do read on my Kindle as well. So then this is where the Booktube Newbie tag kind of ends, and I felt like it needed a little bit more, so I added a few more things. So these aren't on the original tag, but I'm gonna add them anyways. So what I've added is hardcover or paperback or Kindle. I prefer paperback or Kindle. Hardcover, very rarely, unless I really want to read a book and I can only get it. I want to get a hard copy and I can only get it in a hardcover at the time. Or if it's a book that I really, really like and I want to have for a very long time. So like, for example, I have ACOTAR, which I don't know if you can see. I have the whole ACOTAR series, and I have this in hardcover, and I'm glad that I do because this is probably my favorite series that I've ever read in my life, and I want to keep the books. I feel like the reread value is there. My husband's read them, so I feel like with a hardcover, they'll hold up better than a paperback. If you're reading a paperback over and over and over again, I feel like it's not gonna last as long as a hardcover. So it really depends, but mostly I read paperback, or I've been reading on my Kindle as of recently because I just got Kindle Unlimited. So I've just been binging a bunch of books that I wanted to read, but I didn't want to really like go out and buy hard copies of. So that's kind of like what I'm doing. I'm reading more like quick reads that are like okay, that I'm interested in, but I don't love enough to own a hard copy, if that makes sense. What are you currently reading? Currently I am reading 1,000 Boy Kisses, and I am sobbing. Like, I think I'm 33% into this book, and I've already like got teary-eyed twice. So yes, I am really liking it though. So that's that. That's a YA book actually. Bookmarks or dog ears? Definitely bookmarks. I bulk buy them on Amazon, actually. I keep them on my bookshelf for my whole family, so that I'm like, if you guys want to read a book and you don't have a bookmark, I have them. So I just kind of like keep them in the bookshelf just in case, because they're just paper and they get lost and whatever. I buy them in bulk on Amazon so that we can just all use them. I feel like dog ears, I don't want to do that to my books. I don't know. Some people can do that and like crack the spine and do that whole thing. It makes me like I don't know. I can't do it. Can you read while listening to music? Yes. However, I'm so weird. I get very highly distracted. So if I'm listening to music while I'm reading books, it's gotta be instrumental. So most of the time I'm listening to lo-fi beats. Yeah. I can't listen to people like singing and like hearing words while I'm trying to read. It's like my brain just can't can't do that. If someone has a movie on in the background with a lot of talking, if my husband has a video game on with a bunch of dialogue, I can't focus on my book if other people are talking in the background. So I have to have either my headphones in or my earplugs or something just so I can concentrate, or I have to be in a quiet room. But yeah, I can read with music. It just needs to be instrumental. What is a fun fact about you or a hobby besides reading and writing that people on Booktube might not know you have? A few things, actually. Really weird. I can crochet like an old granny. And I'm actually very good at it, and I've been crocheting since I was 11, and I love it, and I've made insane pieces. I haven't done it in quite some time, but I do enjoy it, and that was a good stress reliever before I started getting back into reading. And I was also a professional makeup artist for 7 years, and I did bridal makeup professionally, so don't do it anymore. I'm retired, but those are a couple of really random fun facts that I have. So yeah, I have so many videos planned. I have lists and lists and lists in my computer of videos that I'm planning for you guys, and I'm hoping to start filming. Today is Friday. I'm hoping to start filming something this coming Sunday, and I'm going to try to do weekly vlogs of reading mixed in with some like random things like I said earlier, like monthly wrap-ups and TBRs and hauls and things like that. So that's my plan. Bear with me. We'll see how it goes. We'll see where it goes. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me for my first video, and I will definitely see you guys in the next one. Bye.